So this thing is bloody tiny. My God, the size of that. That is crazy how small that is. So when I saw the pictures online of this mouse, it didn't look this small. I don't know why. It kind of looked like half of a bigger mouse, but this is really small. Look at the size of that. Holy guacamole. Right, let's have a quick look. This could be pretty goated, you know. Feels really light. It's a little bit back heavy, which you would expect, you know, look at the shape. Most of the stuff in this mouse is going to be at the back end. It does feel a little bit back heavy. I'll tell you what I really like about this immediately is it feels quite comfortable having this big sort of thumb groove here. I can't get over the size of this. And the thing I like about the HTX in Fingertip is have something back here as an anchor point for my finger to rest on, and I have something at the front for my anchor point, you know, for my front finger to rest on. What I would love to do, which I'm not going to, I never will, is just cut this back end off of the HTX, because there's really nothing in that part of the mouse other than the battery. But I guess with this shape, you know, it doesn't look all too different. Well, obviously it does, but in terms of that section of the mouse, I get that nice little anchor point on the back, like I mentioned with the HTX, and I get the same anchor point on the front. And by comparison to the HSK, which is just straight, this is very curvy, which is pretty epic. I'm pretty excited by this now. I'm very excited to use this. I can't get over the size of it, man. It's tiny. Let's see. I think I will need to use some grip tapes. It feels just like rough plastic, basically. Well, not even rough plastic, it's like textured. I don't know if you can see that. Have a little look at the clicks. I'm not sure I'm a massive fan of the clicks, honestly. Just feel a little bit meh, like there's not an awful lot of tactility or feedback from them, but they're certainly no worse really than the zippy switches that G-Wolves use. I'm not a huge fan of these either, because these feel a little bit mushy, but they do give some good tactility to the click, whereas these ones just feel a little bit, I don't know, less snappy in the response, I suppose. The scroll wheel feels really nice. Doesn't feel too defined or too underdefined. It's a really small wheel. I don't know if you can see that when compared to, it's probably the same size as the HSK. I should have brought another mouse up to have a look. But yeah, so the scroll wheel looks fine. Side buttons I think will be difficult potentially to use. I don't know, maybe I'm over-egging it. I guess once I've put some grip tape on, which I will need to because the coating on this is absolutely shite, but once I've put some grip tape on, I could potentially just sort of roll my thumb around to hit the right, you know, the tip of my thumb, just to hit the right button. I think this might be quite good. So it's a little bit longer than the HSK, which is, I'm glad I checked that before I stopped the video. So you can see there, you know, that's kind of butting the ends of it up to each other, which is also a good thing, because I'm guessing that will result in better stability. And then so from the front, you know, the click height looks sort of similar, honestly. If we put them up together like that, they are quite similar in click height, possibly slightly higher on the M4. But just to remind you, this mouse is less than, well, so this is the £180 version of the HSK Pro. This cost about £55 delivered. So I could buy 3 of these for the price of one of these, which is kind of crazy. It's also, this one is probably only 3 or 4 grams heavier than this one. My initial impressions of this is that it's very good. I think one of the main concerns I have is how bad the coating is, which is kind of what you expect when you buy things this cheap, and then also all of the weight potentially sitting in the back third of the mouse. So there we are, that's it. I've waffled for long enough. I'm suitably excited and I'm giddy to play on it this evening. Peace out. Let's see how it performs.